Okay, this is the swimming pool. The swimming pool inspection. And see the way this gate opens in towards the swimming pool area? It has the option to open either way. But because it opens in towards the pool, that's not acceptable. Swimming pool gates should only open out towards. It looks like we got some built-in tiki lamps. That's kind of interesting. It's beyond the scope. This brickwork, okay, is not dimensionally uniform, and it may be a trip hazard. And that's beyond the scope. We're going to hear that a little bit. And moving on along, we have a Pebble Tech finish that's been put on the pool apron, which is a nice thing. Now the surface of the pool itself, okay, I'm not seeing any notable cracks or spalling, is where the cement is, the plaster, the surface is flaking and giving it up, but it is mottling. It is discolored. And it also, we got on the step risers here, we can see algae is forming, but this surface is pretty old. How do I know it's old, bud? How do I know it's old? Well, you know, we know it's old because we have a single drain and it does not have an anti-siphon device. Not an anti-siphon device, excuse me. A vacuum breaker device on it. So that drain cover hasn't been produced in way over 10 years. These surfaces last about 10 years. I would say we're looking closer to 15 years or possibly longer. So that's why I'm saying that. These surfaces last 10 to 12 years. That's their service life. Depends on the chemicals. Depends on how it's treated and cleaned. Obviously this pool's been very well taken care of. I can't believe that this surface looks, for lack of a better description, it looks as good as it does, because it doesn't look, it's not pretty, but it looks as good as it does based on that drain, based on the perceived age of the system. Now we've got a vacuum going here, and which is a good thing, and it's got a whip on it, a tail. And at the end of that tail, there's supposed to be a little foam protector. And they don't cost much, a couple bucks, but it's not there. Now, I measured this pool, and it's level. It's relatively level. The pool is not unlevel. The pool light works. But the GFCI protection for the pool light does not work. Does not work. This is not a safe arrangement. The GFCI, which is over here by the cabana, we're going to get there. Okay, it should trip that, you know. So that's what we have. Not really a requirement, but I like to see a service light. This is where the pool equipment is. I mean, you know, Papa was proud. He's going to make it quieter. He's going to get that ugly equipment out of the way. I get all that. I get that. But you do not have sufficient service access to the pool equipment. You do not. This is how you get to the pumps and the pump motors. And what, you got a little wood foundation pad under there? That's not good. That's not good. And then the filter. Is this how you get to service the filter? A DE filter? My goodness, this is going to be an act of Congress. You're going to have to basically disassemble this thing. That's probably why the wood's newer over here. That's just not that's not a working relationship here. This whole configuration, all this box encasement should go. You want to put a fence around it or something like that, but you're supposed to have at least 36 inches of service clearance in front of this equipment so that you can work on it. Over here, and what we're going to run, was it 9 psi? We're going about 8 or 9 psi, which is good. Amazing. This is the backflow drain line. It goes into a French drain, which is obviously clogged. French type drain. And this may or may not meet your local municipality's requirements. So, it might be quote unquote grandfathered in. It might be taken care of with your title insurance. I don't know how that works. But in the meantime, you need to know that this is just draining almost on the ground. almost on the ground. These plastic skimmer caps, they should be replaced every couple years, every couple 3 years. You don't want somebody stepping on them, breaking them, and breaking your ankle. Now, this skimmer, of course, it could be cleaned. Could be cleaned. But what we've got here is it's got a weir trap. It's got a little door that goes on inside. Let's see if I can get a better look at it for you. See this little thing right here? It comes with them. They're optional. If a child, for example, I tell horrible stories, was to get their arm caught in that, then they can't pull out because of the trap. And now their shoulder is higher than their head. And so that could be a precarious situation. This fence is installed backwards. You got the pretty side facing you. It means you have the rails behind you. So somebody could use this fence as a ladder to come over and swim in your swimming pool. I get it. The neighbors have a swimming pool too. Just so you know. Okay, this gazebo. Okay, it's seen better days. Well, that's trellis. It's got wood shingles up here. We can see daylight. Live well this life. I get it. It might have been engineered. See the way it's bolted up pretty nice. Might have been engineered for this, but without engineering, your posts are supposed to be about 8 feet apart. You got wood to ground contact. These posts get in the ground. The deck's on the ground. You have insufficient ventilation. There's no ventilation underneath here. You might get some use out of it. You might. But I wouldn't trust it too much. I mean, it moves. You know? It's just not trustworthy. These are the lights for your the lights for the fan, the lights for the swimming pool. No, it's not the lights for the swimming pool. I wonder where the light for the swimming pool is. That's good. Let's find that out. But this is the GFCI. For out here, and it doesn't work. Remember when I told you the light for the swimming pool doesn't work? It doesn't work either. I don't take you on a big old goose chase while we're here. Let's see if we can get this taken care of relatively quick. We got another GFCI in here. I might go to the pool light. It doesn't work either. This would go to the pool light. I don't know where the pool light switch is, but the pool GFCI does not work either. So what do we learn? We learn we don't have our whip in. We learn the pool's level. We learn that the surface is old and you're probably going to be resurfacing this. This is as good as this pool surface is ever going to look. It's not going to look any better. We learned that we got a single drain. That's entrapment. That's entrapment. We learned that the light GFCI doesn't work. And then the patio deck. And the gate. The gate goes the wrong way. Fence goes the wrong way.